Hey everyone, so what I saw on the board was we had 6 times 1, 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, 6 times 5, right? We were doing multiples of 6. Now, after a while, once we get used to it, we're going to be able to just multiply these in our head, right? We're going to have 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, and 6 times 5 is 30. So after we get used to it, we can do it in our heads just like that. But for now, what we want to look at is kind of like, why is that the case? Why does 6 times 2 equal 12? Okay, so well, what's happening here? In each case, we're going from 6 to 12. How many steps are we taking? Well, we're adding 6, right? 6 plus 6 is 12. And 12 plus 6 equals 18. And 18 plus 6 equals 24. And 24 plus 6 equals 30, right? So in each case, we're adding 6, okay? So someone might ask, well, why is 6, this one might be hard to see, but we're going to go ahead and use it. So 6 times 1, why does that not equal 7? Well, it doesn't equal 7 because in this case, we're wanting the quantity 1 amount of 6's. If we wanted to get 7, it'd be 6 plus 1. So the definition of times is simply a little bit different than the definition of addition, right? Just like how we don't ask why do we call a couch a couch. We've just learned at some point in our lives that we call a couch a couch. And the same goes here. It's a rule that multiplication is different than addition, okay? So let's take a look. Let's maybe try to get an idea of what multiplication is really doing. So let's say, we're going to compare. We have 6 times 2 equals 12, okay? But let's rewrite that 12. We're going to write it as 6 plus 6. Okay. Now what I'm going to do something that doesn't include numbers, okay? What if I asked you to jump 2 times? Jump twice. So here I'm saying jump 2 times. Well, in that case, we're going to jump and we're going to jump, right? We're going to jump 2 times. Do you see how these are very, very similar, right? So here, we're replacing the 6 with jump. And when we look at jump, if I ask you to jump 2 times, we know that I'm not asking you to jump. We know that I'm not asking you to jump plus 2, because 2 isn't jump. 2 is 2, right? We know that if I ask you to jump 2 times, I'm asking you to jump and then jump, right? So when we're multiplying, that's how we're going to look at it. So say I said that we eat, that's a 3, not an E. Say I eat times 3 times a day. So I eat 3 times a day. So in that case, we're going to have eat plus eat plus eat. So we eat 3 times a day. 1, 2, 3. Now remember that each of these eats, each of these jumps, and each of these 6's are the exact same, okay? So for example, if we apply this, say I have 6 times 4. What does that equal? Well, up here, when we looked at our jump one, jump times 2 meant we jumped twice. Once, twice, right? So 6 times 4 we can kind of pretend as if that was jump, right? We just know we need 1, 2, 3, 4. And instead of writing in jump, we can write in 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 plus 6 equals 24, right? So as we work on our multiplication facts, we can go directly from 6 times 4 to 24. But if we're still wanting to kind of understand where it's coming from, we can go ahead and really what multiplication is doing is it's repeated addition, right? So here we're multiplying once. We're multiplying one time. But what that multiplication is telling us to do is to repeatedly add. Repeatedly add that first number. And how many times are you going to add it? You're going to add however many the second number is. You're going to take 6 4 times. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, and you get 24.